Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Urban Paranormal Podcast, where you might be crazy to some,
but you're family to us.
Hey, and I'm your host, J.H.
And I'm your moderator, Trent A. Johnson.
Anchorman Dave R. reporting for duty.
And across from us, we have the Weatherman. He's in the house.
Baby.
There you go. And, of course, also across us, we have Ego.
Man, what's up with that sexy ass voice, man?
Oh, thanks.
Sound
like Billy D.
I know, you trying to sound like fucking Barry White.
This is the late night.
Damn.
Speed it up. Use your other voice, bro.
Yeah, the late
My
night
bad. I
voice.
mean, hey, that was...
There's no females in
That's
here
a
tonight.
smooth late
that-
night voice.
I
I
didn't
know.
even realize it was like that,
I
guys.
know, right?
You know what
well,
I'm
I
saying?
meant that trying to sound sexy.
Right.
voice
No,
and
it was
shit.
sexy. You said it right.
Okay.
You said it right.
Jay with the sexy voice.
Right.
It's the change of the weather.
Yeah, it's the changing of the weather. Yeah. So we have Ego Network Television. What's up, Ego?
Hey, what's going on? I'm so glad to be here.
I know, man. You say that every time.
Because I'm glad to be here every
Every
single
time.
time.
There you go.
I'm
That's
thankful, brother.
Right. So, guys, we don't have Erica, the voice of Erica. She's not here today. Right. And nor do we have the Amazon Jamencia. You know. And we wish you guys, you know, they're actually guys. They're on the shoot.
Yeah.
You know, they're on the shoot. They're doing productive things in life because that's what happened when you get on the show.
Right.
Big things start happening for you.
Big things
You know what I
popping.
mean? So, yeah, they're going to be in a movie, and then there's modeling things opening up.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay.
there you go. You know,
Maybe you can get a modeling gig.
nah, I'm way too crazy looking for that shit.
What about David?
I've modeled before, but I think I'm a little too old for that.
There are all
I knew you were
type
gonna
of
say
models
something.
now.
Yeah, I know.
They got different sizes, different ages. So
Yes,
anyone can be a
yes.
model now.
They can. I just need to go hit the gym as soon as when I get my second vaccination for COVID, and I'm back on game.
So what we talking about tonight, fellas?
Man, we're talking about Jesus, the whitewashing of Jesus.
Oh,
White
yeah, totally.
Washing of
You know,
Jesus.
yeah, Jesus.
boy.
Jesus
Okay.
is my colored person.
Right, Jesus
Yeah.
is my nigga.
Jesus is your buddy.
Just a reference to the little video, guys. All right, don't get offended.
And this is
Yeah,
Holy Week.
No offense to anybody out
Anybody,
there. Yeah.
right?
Damn.
We're here with an open mind, and we're here with an open discussion, so hopefully nobody gets butthurt.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So here's the deal. I mean, well, I want to say this. I did my research, a little bit of research. I mean, you know, I'm stressful life here, but the people, as a black person, I've always assumed and wanted it to be true that Jesus looked like me.
I mean, everybody does. I think.
I think that, and I think that's what happened with the whitewashing of him, because everyone wants to depict him in their own particular image.
Right.
You know, and I know you guys have done your research, but I'm just going to speak of like one of the most famous ones, which I think is funny as hell. It's the Warner E. Solomon, whatever his name, Saul. Anyway, it's the famous picture with Jesus looking up heavenly in the air with his hands out, like, you know, like this. It was actually 1940.
That's when he became
Yes.
even
In
lighter.
1940, what happened?
In 1940, that picture was done 1 billion times over. It's the most famous picture of Jesus.
Okay, well that's the picture of I forgot his fucking name. Caesar Borgia.
Caesar, I don't know.
Caesar Borgia. He is the son of Pope Alexander the Sixth.
No, this one here was the one I was talking about in 1940.
Okay, well I'm talking about the classic depiction of Jesus that you see, the white guy that looked like Mel Gibson with the long
Hair.
flowing hair. That's Caesar Borgia.
But he took another turn, like he said, in the 1940s, where
Right.
his hair became even more blonder. and
Yes,
his
but
eyes became more
he
lighter.
still looked like Caesar Borgia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
was still that original painting that all of these.
Had used.
Yeah,
used.
yeah.
I was under the impression that it was actually a painting from Da Vinci. That
No,
Da Vinci
no.
had.
It was
the
painted by Da
16
Vinci.
16 chapels.
It was painted by Da Vinci because Pope Alexander the Sixth paid Leonardo da Vinci to paint this picture of his. That was his son.
That was his son. Yeah.
Yeah, and Da Vinci painted that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that the 16 chapels, and it was also the Last Supper.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, all of that. So Who's playing music on their phone?
Not me.
Nobody. I hear some feedback or something.
Not me.
Hey guys,
Nah.
they're just trying to find some who's playing
mine.
I
music.
said music.
Maybe
But
there's a
anyway,
ghost here with music.
It might be.
Might be.
Or maybe
Paranormal
it's the
shit.
spirit of Easter.
Well,
Maybe it's Jesus.
Right.
Could be.
I would like to say this.
Go ahead.
Growing up, my early years, I used to be in church and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird how you would see Jesus all over the church, and it's all these black people in church, and they're all
Worshiping.
praising to this Jesus. And you go to your grandma's house, and she has the painting up. So in my mind, I never knew of any other Jesus.
I know that's a
And
lot with everybody.
It's about free thinking. I wasn't free thinking back then.
Yeah.
And to free think and to learn later by reading the Bible, actually reading scriptures out of the Bible. And then it came to my mind like, where the world did they get this picture from? Why
Yeah.
and why are they continuously forcing this picture upon us?
Yes.
If it directly says in the Bible, he looks nothing like that man.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Well,
Well-
I think it's a.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'll let you go.
I think it's an instrument of control.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
So
Yeah.
let me add to that.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. What you said is so factual. It's crazy. As a child, right? That's all I ever saw. And I saw all these people in the church worshiping this guy. And I'm like, what the fuck, In my mind, I don't know any better. I don't know nothing. It wasn't until Good Times.
I know, right?
Ned
Ned
DeWine.
Right. That painting of Jesus, right? And JJ's mother's got mad at him. She got mad at him, and he said, "Look, yeah." He said, "But Jesus is, basically who we see. It's got to be us. It can't be, these other people." And he's not saying that there's no way that he could be white, but if you are,
No, that is what he was
well,
saying.
if you are black, he would be in your own image. He would be in your own image. It wasn't until much later, like when you were saying, when I started reading the Bible and finding out, hey, this is pretty clear that this guy is of color. Right. And then you get in school and you start learning the location. It's like, hold up, what the hell is going on? But the weird thing for me, Trent, even though I know that picture existed on Good Times, there are no other early pictures of Black Jesus.
There actually are.
I couldn't find it.
Yes.
There actually are, like the Black Madonna and the
Okay, Black Madonna.
and Jesus are depicted in black as black.
Right, where she was holding him. Is that
Yeah.
you're talking about the one?
Yeah.
Okay, but I just meant like the way we see it today, like in the churches,
I-
with just,
Go ahead, David.
I remember back in the day when I was at Greens Point Mall, north of Houston. I went to the swap market and the flea market, and it was pretty interesting how they painted like a black Jesus with all of his black disciples in the Last Supper, and I just kind of felt this love in between, that they're just trying to portray the image, towards to the black community, that they're trying to teach that this is a brotherhood, they're trying to teach them that, Jesus is like your friend, your brother, in that image. And it was interesting that they did that image in an artistic way because if you take a look at the Renaissance and back in the day, how they educated these people that were illiterate, they had to take an image out of their people to make an Italianized version of Jesus. What the problem was, and this is where we get upset later on throughout history, they use this whole white Jesus image ignorantly saying, okay, Jesus was white. It's like, no, he's not white. If you actually study the Bible and you actually look through the Eastern Orthodox records, he's actually Jewish, and he had olive skin and he had Arabic features.
Yeah.
Yeah, skin of bronze.
Yes, yes, he
And
had
that's
like
not-
olive
that's-
skin.
that's not olive, though.
and eyes of fire.
Yeah, but if you look
Skin
at
of bronze and hair of wool.
and
Oh,
if
yes,
you, and
yeah.
if you look at some of these documentaries and stuff like David talking about, they try to describe him as having olive colored skin.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like Ego just said, he had hair of wool. Now, when I look at white Jesus picture, I don't see hair that look like wool.
Well,
wool,
what
you
he's
can't comb
saying
through
is
wool.
Well, back in the-
Middle Eastern people hair can be, they
Right,
hair looks
right.
like wool too.
And let me
Yes.
say this
Yeah.
right here. So now I've answered and added on to yours. Now let me verify or add on to what Trent said earlier about control. So you have a group of people that have been enslaved by one, right?
Yeah.
So they create this Jesus because that's what you were given to learn and read, to basically take you up. What's the word when they say they're gonna make you docile or whatever?
Indoctrinate.
No, well,
No,
no,
not
no.
indoctrinate.
The slave masters wanted to make sure you wouldn't fight back.
You docile.
Docile.
Docile. Yes.
Right. So they give you this Bible,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like a joke almost, that you're worshiping this same white man.
They just kicked your ass.
Right.
Yeah.
So this was a method of control by the Europeans at the time that was
Yes.
taking over all of this, land.
Well, I think that image that they leave, like we said before, the winner of wars write history.
Yes.
Yes.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So they'll come in, kick ass, and leave a picture to remind, hey, this is the motherfucker that kicked your ass.
Okay.
You know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
For real.
And the funniest thing to me about it is people of color, right?
Yes.
Because you take the word Jesus,
Yeah.
and in Spanish you would say it Jesus.
Jesus.
And there's so many people, but when you break down what the word actually mean, is Yahshua.
Yahshua.
Yes, and that actually breaks down in English as Joshua. Joshua. How many white people are named any of those? They just leveled off all the colored people.
I don't know. Is Joshua?
Is Joshua? Yeah, the meaning of
Okay,
when it
okay.
breaks down.
Yeah.
Can I clarify this one? I had a Jewish Shephardim who actually clarified, the history of the name Jesus, how people they pronunciated, and then it got lost in translation whatsoever. The Jewish Hebrew name is Joshua. When it got to the Greeks they didn't know how to pronounce it in their own articulate language, so they then decided, at the time they thought Jesus was Zeus, and then it was just like, no, I'm not Zeus. So then, they were trying to educate him. Look, it's Joshua. But then when they said Joshua and Zeus and they put it together, Jesus. That's
Jesus.
how it exactly.
Okay, is that how it went? Jesus.
Yeah, that's how it went. So
But
then,
if you look at that name, Jesus.
Mexican, Hispanic.
Spanish.
Jesus. Just
Spanish.
Say it. Jesus.
Jesus.
You said, hey, Zeus.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zeus.
you really said Jesus.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And then if you try to slaughter in English, it's like, okay, Jesus. There you go.
Okay. We no, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. You don't have a mic, bro.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah. So here go the thing. I believe, honest to God, like the name in itself represents people of color.
Yeah.
I
All right.
think so.
So for the paintings to be in white, or I'm not going to say the paintings are in white.
Caucasian.
Yes, Caucasian. I mean, that is simply what Trent said earlier, a method of control.
I mean, if you
Yes.
look at this painting, and this painting is mirroring you, you're looking at yourself as being divine.
Right.
So when we see this image of this white guy, we thinking of them as being divine or better than us.
And the thing about that is that I've always looked at things like this.
And some of our moms probably would kick our ass.
Yes, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
But I look at this as being a mockery. And this is what I mean. So just please hear me out.
Go ahead.
okay.
So you don't like Martin Luther King, right? So you're white.
do.
You don't. I'm just giving an example.
I know.
Yeah, and you kill Martin Luther King. How is that? That you do this and you make a mockery of it, right? And then all black people will walk around wearing a medallion of Martin Luther King with bullets coming toward him doing like this, holding his hand up. Wow. That's a mockery. Yeah. So when you take a look at Christianity and you see Jesus Christ on a cross, all right, that is a fucking mockery. It's like, hey, I killed your savior or what you believed in. Now take it one step further. How cool would it be to get these these black people that we just kicked their ass to worship us again psychologically and pass it down to their generations by generations to say that we are superior?
Well, I mean, if you just look at the region, no white people were in their region during that time.
I know.
Like they could either be black or Middle Eastern. So
Right.
there were absolutely no white people over there
Right.
at that time.
No, I agree.
Unless they just had a gang of sunblock. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that.
Yeah, I don't think so
they had
either.
either. You know.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of weird to me that they would. I mean, it's not weird. I mean, I think it's weird of the psychological abuse that it left toward us throughout the years, that we accepted it. Because like you just made the statement, our parents or our grandparents might kick our ass for this if they, you know what I mean?
know, right?
Yes.
Because they're psychologically abused. That's what they was taught. That's all they ever know. But I personally will not worship, right? Which is why our OZ guys, I didn't mention him. Our guy behind the camera today is, or running the show, is OZ. He mentioned that he's an atheist. And with that being said, a lot of people might be an atheist just off of that alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not finna go bow down to some other race like you're so superior to me. Fuck, you can't even beat me in the Olympics.
Well, I'm gonna bring this up. I know David probably gonna know this one. Like in Marvel Comics, you heard of Galactus?
yes.
So he's like the Marvel God. He's almost like God.
God tier,
in the
let's
Marvel
say.
comic universe.
Right.
And when these people experience him, whoever he shows up in front of, he appears as that race. So if he appears in China, Chinese people see him as Chinese.
Okay.
If he appears in Africa, African people see him as African. So maybe
That's what he's doing.
no, that's the fictional character,
right.
Galactus.
Right.
So maybe God appears as
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what he's doing. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that
So-
picture appears everywhere as the same picture.
well, I'm not saying
No,
the
no,
picture.
no.
I'm saying God actually.
Yeah, God
Right,
actually.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
So for you guys at home, right? So Trent is trying to say, hey, maybe it wasn't as brutal as I think it is psychologically. He might say, he's giving an example that, hey, maybe, just maybe, the reason a lot of people painted these portraits of themselves because each, like he said earlier, you look at yourself and you see divine. So you would paint yourself in that way.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. So did you see this bitch Megyn Kelly
He
from
said-
Megyn
CNN?
Kelly.
He
Oh,
said-
her? What did she do?
He said, bitch, Megan
Yeah.
Kelly.
She's not even on the station no
and he
more.
correct on
Is that her first name, bitch?
Yeah, bitch
Bitch
Megyn Kelly.
Megan.
Bitch
Megyn
Megan
Kelly.
Kelly.
Okay, that
She's a-
reporter.
She's a CNN anchor.
Yes.
And she actually got roasted
I didn't see it, man. Tell me what happened.
because she came on and what she said was that Jesus, along with Santa, is white and there's proof of it, and we should all just get over it.
That's when she lost her job, right?
Okay,
Yes.
we can debunk this
Don
a
Lemon
little.
roasted her ass for that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. David, you want to debunk her statement? I mean,
Okay, first of all, according to the archaeological and scientific evidence, we all know. Okay, all right, fine. We all are informed that Jesus came from Israel and he spoke Arabic. He was also a Jew. He didn't have white features. He didn't have the Italian features. He didn't have the blonde hair. He was Jewish. He had dark hair. He had the bronze skin, like we discussed.
Okay.
Second of all, she should have fact checked her sources.
what about Santa
Exactly.
Claus?
Santa Claus. Okay.
Yeah.
We've already discussed
Well, we'll let
previously.
them have
and
Santa Claus. Don't encourage that shit, Jay.
We already discussed in the previous episode that, okay, the Santa Claus that we know from the Coca-Cola commercial is actually completely fictional. The real Santa Claus was based off of St.
Jay,
Nicholas.
wait a minute. Don't stop encouraging that.
I like
okay?
that.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm just going to leave it from there.
rock and roll.
Please watch
Yeah.
2 of our previous episodes to find out.
Okay,
So-
Santa, we'll let them have Santa.
Okay, we can have Santa. So here go the thing, guys. You heard what our news guy, the facts guy, what he spit out. Well, let me ask you this, sir. You guys at home, where in the fuck is anybody in the Bible's grave? Where's Jesus' grave?
I know
Where?
that's the-
Where is it? He is just like Santa Claus.
Okay, don't get to Christian
He got a little,
bashing.
got a little
Okay.
height there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that, but you know
So
where I
okay,
sit.
here's a question that has been posed: should these images of Jesus, the white Jesus,
The Italian white Jesus, let's say.
should they be removed?
Yes, cancel culture.
Like
Get 'em.
the statues,
Yes.
Confederate statues.
Yes, cancel culture. Tear his ass up.
So what do y'all think?
I think in black churches it really needs to be removed because
think so, too.
Yeah,
you give the kids the idea that to love
They're
white
inferior.
skin, basically,
Over
and,
their
and, you
own.
know, over their own, and they think that this is the idea of beauty.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
the man who act,
and power.
yes,
And idolatry too.
yeah,
I mean, now you're right, but I have to go right back to Trent's situation when he said control. If you do as you say, take that down, you know, in the black communities and put up black people, right? You separate. White people are alive right now, still alive, right? Because of that little piece in the back of their mind of shit might happen wrong. You know, that little piece of slavery is left in their mind. If you take that little piece away, a lot of white people be getting fucked up.
well, that's
bro.
the reason the Confederate flags and the Confederate soldiers and
Yeah,
all
oh, yeah, it
those
started.
monuments are starting to come down. I think this is the perfect time
Yeah.
to start change.
Yeah, I
Change
agree,
is
but I'm
perfect
just saying,
now.
just be careful what you ask for. though.
Well, why do you say a lot of?
I said the black church
Fuck up?
though.
I think people can handle it.
Yeah.
I think it can be done.
If it's in a
civilly.
white church, you can keep your white Jesus up. if
Yeah.
you're in a black church, keep your
I
black
mean,
Jesus
right,
up.
but
put,
that-
your,
but-
put,
but-
put your black Jesus
Well,
up.
I'm speaking from both sides because there might be a little slavery mentality still left in me for control.
Well-
so I'm just saying that, you know, if you take that away and we think we're superior, for real, we think I think we're superior. But if we all think we're superior than these particular people, man, it might be hell on earth.
Well, I don't think it's about thinking we're superior. It's about
Being accurate.
it's about
It's
this
about
is
being accurate.
worshiping the image, you know, and it looks
you
like
look like
us.
you.
It
Right.
doesn't. It doesn't mean we think we're superior.
At least closer to what the Bible
I mean,
says.
I don't. Yeah.
Yes.
See, to me, it was like back in the days, you know, you got to look at who had the materials and the crafts to do it. You know, a lot of people didn't have paper and all of this, and
Especially
didn't
you
know
back
how-
at Darling, you never had.
Didn't
paper.
I
have
know,
shit.
I know, you know, I ain't
No
had that in my
pens and
backpack.
shit.
But I'm just saying, you know,
ahead.
they didn't have the materials to write on.
Who
didn't know,
didn't?
didn't know how to write.
Who
Back in
didn't?
the days, like the Africans and stuff like that.
Oh yes, sir, they did.
Yes,
they wrote
they
on
did.
stones
Yeah,
and
they
all
did.
kind of shit.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
You know, but
Well,
that was
they had
petty.
paper.
They built the pyramids.
But
Yeah.
To
Yeah, they had paper and pen and shit
to-
back in the days, bro.
to add
Oh,
on,
shit.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
Wow.
in the 1600s.
No, before that, bro.
So wait before
You
that.
see how he indoctrinated he is?
Right,
He
right.
thinks that African people didn't
No,
have
no, I don't.
paper and pens.
I don't think that. I said they didn't have the crafts and materials.
They
In
did.
other
You
words,
say it, you just repeated the same thing.
Okay. Now listen. This is what I'm talking. Like, if I got this paper and the colors and all kind of stuff, and I can draw, and I know this certain country over here don't have that.
Okay, and what
And-
country
and
is
they-
that?
and-
that
Yeah, which
don't
one
have
did-
it?
And I hear the Europeans. Just say Europeans.
They had it too.
Okay. But
Yeah.
listen,
and also the
but
Egyptians
listen,
in the Middle
think
East.
I'm
you
reading
should-
this story about Jesus and stuff like that. Of
You-
course,
you-
I'm
you-
gonna paint him in my color.
You reading it from where though? I mean, how did you
I
find
said
it?
hearing the story.
Oh, you hearing the
You
story?
hear the
Okay,
stories,
you hearing the
okay.
story? Okay.
Yeah,
Hearing
no,
the
they
story.
definitely
They
had
definitely
art
did.
because a lot of the art that you see came from Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It was
Yes.
copied from Africa, stolen.
in,
You know what I'm
reverse
saying?
Oh, I know
engineered
about
from
Stone.
Africa as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, and many other places.
They
Yes.
wrote on the tombstones, bro.
Yes.
yeah,
I mean, on the not tombstones, the
Pillars?
the pyramids. They wrote on the pyramids. They
wrote on
all in
walls,
that
pyramids.
everywhere.
It's
Chisels.
whatever
I
they,
can understand about the pyramids, but what I'm talking about, if I'm passing out papers and print work and somebody told me the story about Jesus, I'm gonna have him black.
They didn't have a newspaper. What you're
Okay.
saying? They didn't have a newspaper.
No.
I
They
didn't
had
say
scrolls.
I didn't say they had newspapers.
Okay.
anywhere the
That's
people went to, anywhere that the colonizers went, they changed. They gave you the look of it of Jesus. They gave you the information for Jesus.
Of course.
Well,
And that's
actually-
why there's so many different
And they killed
versions
you
of
if
the
you didn't
Bible.
want to go along.
and that's
with
what
that.
that's what I was about to say. The
Right.
Christian
Yeah.
Crusades.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, that shit wasn't nice
No,
at
it
all.
was
It
not.
wasn't.
They killed a lot of people.
They went kicking ass in Jesus' name,
Right.
killing motherfuckers in
And
Jesus'
taking
name.
taking your God and burning that shit up.
So
Oh, yeah.
just think about that, fellas. Why would somebody be willing to kill just to push this God?
Wow.
Because of control.
Power.
Control and
Control.
power.
Yeah.
Not only power, but also to monetize other nations that they have developed. The thing is, they have already figured out, and no offense to the Roman Catholic Church back in the day in the medieval times, but they knew the power of, if people were uneducated, they had to go ahead and look at the fact that they didn't know how to read or write. So they would have the summoner to come in and tell them exactly what they were supposed to be learning or hearing, and then they would give them this inaccurate information for them to go ahead and follow. They took advantage of that, and that is how they used to brainwash other people. That's how they, put this depicted of the Italian white Jesus for everyone to say, oh, this is the superior one, when really Jesus loves everyone.
Now, see, that's the picture I was trying
If
to paint.
he's real.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm
Right.
saying.
If he's real.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense to anybody that I have did this. I'm just saying it for facts.
Okay, y'all heard of this guy, Sean King.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
So he's a Black Lives Matter activist, and he recently caught a lot of flack and shit because he posted to Twitter and Instagram with his 3 million followers that those gross depictions on the stained glass windows and statues of white Jesus are a gross form of white supremacy, and they were created as tools of oppression and should be removed.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I agree too, but he caught a lot of flack for
I
that.
agree.
Well, Mr. Sean King,
Yeah.
thank you so much for what you're doing for us.
Oh, yeah.
But Sean King has always caught slack for anything he says because, it's a lot of white supremacy out there, and people believe in the old way. Now, I'm not saying that these
I think
white
they're
people.
scared to give up power. I think we just gonna come in like Godzilla. And
Well, that's
think the same
I was
thing.
just gonna
They're
say
losing
that.
Yeah, I think the same
Right.
thing.
See, and that's the thing. Not saying that all these white people are bad, but a lot of people are afraid of change.
oh
Yes.
yeah.
Are you okay?
A lot of people are also afraid of,
Right.
minorities like Hispanics and blacks. Once they know
Equal.
they can't control us
Exactly.
and brainwash us.
Right.
Exactly.
Knowledge is power, my friends.
Exactly.
Please practice it.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah. The more you know,
I know, right?
So and with that being said, these people, they're afraid that
They're
basically
gonna lose control.
Cindy's going to bring Leroy home. And eventually Leroy and Cindy will have a baby and call him Mufasa.
Why gotta be Leroy, man?
I'm just using name.
You look like a Leroy.
Wow. And I'll sure go home with Cindy. Goddamn it.
Right. And by doing this, Jebediah will no longer exist.
Oh, yeah. Jebediah.
I know, right? You crazy.
Jebediah,
Yeah.
is that from Star Wars?
No, Jebediah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
So
was thinking Jebediah from Springfield.
I'm just
Sound
saying.
like an old Negro spiritual name.
Right. I'm just saying that these people are afraid that they could end up becoming wiped out of existence.
Right.
So change is a big pill to swallow. Until you believe that we're all from the same thing.
Yes.
And a lot of old people, they don't know. They've been brainwashed to believe in one way.
Yes.
Well, going back to that brainwash, what you were saying, the slaves, where the slaves came from, they came from Western Africa. So when the slaves came here, they did not have that religion at all.
right.
And they came here with their own religion.
Right.
And which is
Had many religions.
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
did.
And they came from more than just West Africa.
yeah, but most of them that came to America came from West Africa.
Yeah, but it was all over.
Yeah, but they came here and they had their own religion and stuff like that. And the to say that the religion that they had was literally beaten out of them, and we were made to have this religion. And so sometimes when people start quoting too much to me of God in the Bible, not God, because I love God,
Right.
but specifically Christianity. And I have no problems with Christianity,
Right.
but specifically when people start going so hard in
about
on it,
Jesus.
and it's like I try to make them understand. Do you know the past of this? Do you know what we're reading is written by men, and that men make
Exactly.
mistakes, and it says
Yes.
that men makes mistakes because they're not perfect, and only one that is perfect is God.
Yes.
So some of the things that we might be reading in this book is not perfect.
Well, when they go hard on me like that, I just turn around and say, Jesus is my nigga.
There you go. There you go.
Amen to that.
There you go. But it also goes back to the one who's telling the story when he said it earlier, winning, and so did David. So thing like this here, I'm the king and my kingdom, right? I'm black as fuck, right? So
As fuck.
And so I believe that Jesus, my God, is black as fuck as me. So all of the people in my kingdom, I want them to believe the same thing as I do. I let you in my fucking kingdom. I'm paying for you. I'm helping you, right? But now I get into a beef with a whole nother kingdom. I lose. they're going to come into my kingdom. They're going to take any depiction of what we perceived as God,
Trash that shit.
and they're going to trash it and place their own up there.
So-
right? The Christian Crusades. Go, no.
No, okay, well, so what I want to say, we getting ready to take a break, but when we come back, I want to talk about does it matter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So we're gonna take a little break, and we'll talk about does the color of Jesus matter.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me spit this real quick. You guys, we're talking about the whitewashing of Jesus and Jesus in general, right? And that's only because tomorrow is Easter.
Sunday.
Yes.
You know, so we're taking a different turn than our normal ghost story,
Yeah.
even though a ghost phone went
is
off in this
paranormal.
room.
Yeah.
Angels are paranormal,
Right.
all that.
You know what I'm saying? So here's what I'm thinking. Just stick around. We're not going to be gone as long. We're just going to be real quick. 2 and 2, and we'll be right back.
Hey. And we are back to the
Yo.
Urban Paranormal Podcast, where you might be crazy to some,
But your family to
us. Hey, what up? And we're talking about the whitewashing of old Jesus.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. I thought it was kind of funny. Our guy in the back here that has no name, he said, believe this, guys, he's really said this, that Jesus in Spanish means Jesse.
Hey, Jesse.
Can you?
No, it's Jesus.
Right.
Es Jesus.
Right,
Jesus.
and we have a Spanish guy on the panel, and he said that's what I was always told. Would they just like the rest of the world has been lied to about Jesus? You were too about Jesus. He was lied to. Yeah,
I know.
So go ahead. I know what you're
So
going to say.
back to what I was saying. Does it matter?
I think it does.
I think it absolutely does matter.
Yeah. And
Because-
go ahead.
Because if you, like we were saying, if you look at this image of this other person of another race, he's the highest of high,
Right.
out of anything,
Right.
Of course, you're not going to think yourself as equal to other people that looks like you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I think it matters very much because people are quick to say, "Oh, it don't even matter,"
Right.
but I think that's bullshit.
And what you said, I believe, because here goes the thing. The idea and concept, when you read the Bible, that God, the greatest being of all, and I do believe in God,
Sky Daddy, yeah,
right,
That's what
the
I call
greatest being of all decided to have one son, and that one son is white. Fuck that.
I know.
Fuck that.
And we had what was the? So we had a comment. D.
Yes, Pastor Diana Marbury, she stated that just read Revelations chapter 1. It's in the Bible.
Okay, well, Pastor what?
Diana Marbury.
Pastor Marbury, if you could be specific about what part of the Bible, could you please leave it in the comments?
Correct, because like I was told right here on the panel, there's a long ass it's a lot of things in the chapter 1. Chapters is you write a book, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of shit in there. So here go the thing. Does it? And it has a profound effect on a youth.
Oh yeah.
Looking up, for example, the concept and idea in my time was we were talking about before Obama.
Yeah.
The idea and concept of one of us, people that look like myself, becoming president was a joke.
I know, right?
Right. So you didn't even strive in your mind. The normal people didn't even strive for that. The concept and idea of you being an astronaut, looking like me, you didn't strive for that. So it's a profound effect when you think of God and his son is supposed to be a white. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It was interesting that you kind of said that kind of concept, but in sociology that I found out, and also social psychology, if people, and this is towards to the subconscious of the human brain, if they see a likeness of image that of people of their skin or culture, that they see someone as superior or whatever, they subconsciously somehow trust that person just because of that race. Now, I know it's not justified. Hear me out. It's not. We should be able to trust any human of any background whatsoever. But because back in our Neanderthal and our caveman days, that's how we were taught to learn in our survival age. And now, since we're advancing so much, mixing our interracial relationships, it's now becoming a challenge in our nation to kind of see the result of, can we now have a complete brotherhood of an interracial relationship, and can we have now a different person in power that we can trust?
Well, I want to paint this picture.
Yes.
Okay, slavery days.
Okay.
Just
I'm
say,
there.
for instance,
Kunta.
you're a slave.
Kunta.
You're a slave. You just got off fucking 15 hours working hard.
Okay.
No break.
No break.
Probably got your ass whooped with a
Yeah.
whip that day.
Probably no shoes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Your wife probably got fucked by the master.
Right.
Your people that stay right next to you, which might be your brother, he just got his leg chopped off for trying to escape,
Right.
Right.
and you want to escape bad.
Right.
Yeah.
You lay down after this long day of work,
Mm-hmm.
and you come and lay down, and while you thinking about escaping, you like, yeah, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. And when you turn around, you see this picture of Jesus on the wall.
Right.
You ain't going no fucking where.
Right.
That's a reminder of Master.
right.
That
Yeah.
that's more of like an
Wow, that's
indoctrinated
deep.
brainwash right
That's the
there.
image of
deep.
Master. Yeah,
It's psychological.
Yeah.
It is.
Psychological.
They used to-
Psychological warfare.
They used to do that to the Indians when they enslaved them down in Latin America and Mexico. They would just, like you said, do the same thing, and they would even feed them, scraps out of, the cattle, like, kidneys, liver, cow eyes, or whatsoever. And then the rich Europeans would get the nice meat, the nice stuff whatsoever, and then they would just, Bible slam people and God shame.
There used to be a
Bible
verse,
slam.
and I don't know the.
That sounds like a finishing move in a video.
yeah.
Moses does the Bible slam.
I will say this: we Latinos, we did suffer the same thing, before we fought our independence.
Okay.
Okay, well, there used to be a saying in the Bible or a verse in the Bible where it said something about, treat your slave master as you would, him.
Right.
And that was a tool used of control. And right then and there, the concept and idea that this man who is supposed to be the next thing to God looks like the guy that's beating your ass nonstop. I mean, how the fuck are you supposed to deal with that? And does it matter? Yes, it does.
It does
because
matter.
yeah, because so many black children, people of color, doesn't have to be, like we know, but people of color, shit, they have to fear death. They have to fear death because they're going to go up there and be judged by this white man,
Yeah.
right? So on earth, they have to listen to these white people and not all white people. I'm just saying the way psychologically, they have to listen to them and do right by these people here on earth, these white people here on earth, because they have to go, and when they die, they have to be judged by this same white man.
And you know what I just noticed, Jay? I'm looking in the viewers, and I see we got a lot of religious people watching. I see
boy.
I see you, Pastor Joe, watching. Joe Wilkins, I see you, man.
Right.
Chime in on the conversation if you got something
If you
to
got
say.
something to say.
I see you watching, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, so I just think it's profound.
That's why I said the time is now. If you want to, we want the
To
time
cancel.
now to change.
Yeah.
Not say
Yes.
cancel, but to change for at least for the black community, so the black community can put up what is actually in the Bible and something closer that looks like us up in our churches that we go to.
Yeah.
So we can have a little bit more something to believe in, something more to look and to strive for, and something more to respect, and all the above
Okay,
for us.
when you say that, and you made the statement before, and I just kind of weeded over it. So let me address that in my beliefs. Us as black people, we have been through slavery. We've been psychologically abused. We've been this
Oppressed.
stuff. Right, this stuff has been horrible. We are such good-natured people. There's no way you can see yourself as a group of people deciding I'm going to do a particular race that way.
Yeah, that's just like the guy, Dylan Roof, that came in there, and we were so trusting of him that he came in there and killed how many people?
Yeah, I don't remember how many.
11, 12 or something like
11
that.
to 12 people.
12 to 13.
Yeah, 12, 13 people.
Right.
They were these were black people, older black people,
Right.
and they were
And they welcomed him in the
accepting
church.
of this guy.
They're going to welcome anyone in the church.
Well, see,
Yeah.
but my point is the reason why I say cancel, and I don't mean they can have their white Jesus, we can have ours, right? I don't want to do that because that calls itself as divide. And if let's just say
Hold on, wait a minute. Repeat that.
they have their white Jesus and we have our black Jesus. Now he was saying that they can keep theirs, but we take down theirs in our churches and put up ours. I say I don't agree with that because that is a divide. Then here's why.
Well, I don't think you can divide no more divided than we already are.
But see, very
but-
divided
but-
right
but
now.
that's-
I would
but-
like to hear Jay speak
Right.
about
Here
this.
go the thing. if we can
That was your
figure,
way of telling me to shut up, David.
No.
That was cool.
Let me
I like the way you
back
did
this up
that.
real quick. All right.
no.
Nothing
Here go the
personal.
thing.
Yeah.
Here go the thing. It's like this here. See, we have been treated a certain way, and we don't like it. And if we actually have the truth, if what we say and what we believe in is fully the truth, how would we be any different than the other people, right? By not telling them, look, this is not right. How about we make a unified? If we're gonna have a Santa Claus that we worship, right?
Right.
Why can't it be together, just
Well,
together?
So maybe just a cross instead of
Just
a person.
something like
Right.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Jesus is still a thing.
But it's only a thing because
so
the
is he
white
gonna-
people made it a
well,
thing.
nah.
Yeah. It really is. It's only a thing because white people made it a thing. That's why we having this conversation.
Okay,
He was
well,
whitewashed.
The whole concept of Christianity, Jesus is all through that shit, through these scrolls they supposedly found, and got this story.
Supposedly.
I mean, it wouldn't exist without Christ.
It wouldn't exist
So-
without white
so-
people writing it down.
Yeah, well, I think they went to the Middle East and copied these Aramaic and Sumerian scripts
Mm-hmm.
and translated them to English, European, whatever you want to call the shit.
Right.
But I don't think you could have that religion without Jesus.
Maybe you might be right. You might be right.
What do you think about that, David? Because I see you. looking
I'm sorry.
I don't think that religion even exists without Jesus.
Well, you have out of respect, I'm just looking at it from an outside, perspective. You do have, several religious sects that are, Christian, but then they try to stay away more from the miracles, like the oh God, what's it called that Thomas Jefferson made? It's called the it's not the Utopians, it's the oh God, I forgot what's their name. But they base it more on facts, and then they focus less on the miracles of what, the prophets did and so forth. You have, Scientology where, sometimes they would say more about Jesus, but then they go into more all these other theories. Again, I have to respect them whatsoever. Then you have different types of, Illuminatis that, would go
Still
in
ain't
a
answered
similar...
my
I'm
question.
trying to figure out if he's answering the question or not.
Yeah.
Okay, the main point is there are very few religions that would be able to make a religion without Jesus. You have...
Okay, well, that's
You would
you
have
just
to.
answered
Let
my
me-
will
question.
not
Let
be
me answer.
successful.
Can I try to answer it?
Go for it.
Let me try to
Fire
answer
away.
it.
Yeah.
You have Christianity, and in Christianity you have Christ.
Yes, of course.
And that's what Christianity
Yeah, of
is.
course.
Is
It wouldn't
Christ.
exist without-
You have before Christ, the time things that happen before Christ,
Mm-hmm.
and you have things that happen after death. So Christ is all about Christ, basically.
Yeah,
And
so-
so you cannot have the religion of it without Christ, because people will ask you directly, do you believe in the name of the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ? You're not going to heaven unless you believe in the Holy Spirit of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I don't-
I don't particularly, because I grew up studying sometimes Islam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if I studied Islam, I've studied voodoo, and I studied Christianity.
Right.
Why is Christ the only way for me to get to heaven? So in this religion, they're saying this is the only way
Yeah.
you're going to get to heaven. So
So-
this is what this religion is about.
And that would go back to why I was asking Jay. He said he thinks that it would create a divide. I don't
Yes.
think it would create a divide. I think it would strengthen other people to bring them up to the level of the people that's already in power.
Just bring them the truth.
Knowing the truth,
Yeah, I would think it would strengthen. I think it would strengthen us
Because it's a bunch of lies that's
Yeah,
going on.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
with,
Well, let me just
Well,
read this.
lies led by misinformation,
For
for
centuries.
there's no
centuries.
misinformation. The information is right there, and it's telling you what it is.
Okay,
But
so
what
thi-
I'm saying
Hold
is...
on. Wait.
This
Let's
is
go into
is
thing.
from Isaiah 53, 2-3, and they're describing Jesus. He had no form or majesty that we should look at him, and no beauty that we should desire him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. That means he was not a good-looking guy. I mean, he didn't look like that
They
picture.
just took that painting, like you
Yeah.
said, from the son of that man, and
Yeah.
just
Caesar Borgia.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that women sexualizing over the way Jesus looked. You got some
Yeah.
women, they see a white guy that look like that. Oh my God, I found my Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
With blue eyes.
Well, let me ask you guys this though. Isn't whatever time and then BC means before Christ, right? That means Jesus was not there yet. He did not.
Okay,
die.
but that's not has nothing to do with Christianity.
Well,
Right. Well,
you
see,
do-
but you just said that Jesus and Christianity, you couldn't have Christianity without Jesus. But if Jesus wasn't there,
Do you know what Christianity is named from? Right, Jesus Christ.
Christ,
Yeah,
cross.
Jesus Christ.
I find that weird because in what 570 BC, right? They did a painting, or not painting, a sculpture, basically mocking Jesus, and the guy who
I don't know what
yeah,
painting that was. Yeah.
yeah, it's called the guy is Graffitio, right? And it was in the first century, and basically it was Jesus basically looking like a donkey or looking at the donkey or whatnot. And it's a famous painting, and it basically says
If I'm right, Jesus was around in the first century.
Alexander God and is crucified. You know what I'm saying? And it's basically him mocking the fact that his king worshipped a god that had a son of, a sheep herder. So,
Well, if you look at many religions, like Sumerian,
Zoroastrianism.
Egyptian, you can see stories that parallel the stories in the Bible.
correct.
So that might be what they were describing.
Well,
Because if you look at these religions, you can be like, damn, rose on the third day. It's the same shit.
Thing with Egyptians, I've
Yeah,
seen that.
Egyptians,
Yeah.
Sumerian,
The Greeks-
all of
the
them.
Greeks had their
but it was
resurrected
A lot of
God.
religions are like
but
that.
it was all before, and I guess that my point is removing the look of Jesus Christ, the whole image of him, and just replacing it with the cross wouldn't kill Christianity.
Replacing Jesus Christ with the cross.
A
Yeah.
universal cross with
I guess that
everyone.
wouldn't be no problem.
There
but
would
like
not
I
be.
say, but it's all about Christ because this is Christianity.
Yeah, but you still gonna have that question. People gonna want to depict Christ, and then I don't think. I think in Islam, you can't even depict.
No,
Yeah,
I've never
uh,
seen
Muhammad
You
or-
cannot
yeah.
depict them in Islam.
Yeah.
Because Islam, they said
I
in
think
this
they'll
reasoning.
kill you for that.
Yeah,
shit, right?
they will
Yes.
actually kill you there for doing that.
Because I
Yes.
think there was a couple of American cartoonists.
Yeah, and he was killed.
They done a cartoon and they depicted Muhammad.
Muhammad, they drew him kind of like distasteful,
Yeah,
And they
and
killed
wanted to
him?
and
kill him.
they killed him. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that I don't need the look of Jesus Christ in order to be a Christian. To me, they
But
don't.
you're not a Christian.
I know, but I'm just saying that. I mean,
Demon time over here. Talking
Oh,
Demon
boy.
time.
Right, yeah. But I'm just saying, realistically, you don't need it. You need something that's going to bring everyone together.
Well, I want to
And-
tell y'all a story.
I would.
Okay,
I want
tell
to
us
hear
the
it.
story.
Love
Go for
stories.
it.
Let's hear it.
So my cousin Sean, she's I ain't gonna say she's super religious, but she's religious.
Okay.
So I go to her house one night. I walk in the door. She has this life-size statue of Jesus. I'm talking about 6 foot tall,
That's scary.
hanging from the cross, with his tongue hanging out his mouth, and
boy.
his eyes rolling into the back of his
Those
head.
are the scary.
That
say,
shit
that's
was
spooky.
That looks
horrifying.
scary. When you have Jesus looking like that,
It was big as
and-
me, and it's hanging on the wall.
Yeah, look,
Oh.
yeah, that's bad nightmares.
That shit was terrifying. I was like, man, what the hell? This shit is scary.
What
She
did
was
she
like,
say?
what's scary about that?
What's scary about
I just
Jesus?
looked at
That
it with
picture
like-
that they depicted him in as dead.
Yeah, that was
and it's scared
horrifying.
like he's gonna walk off the cross and come in like,
Exactly.
"Hey, I'm here."
I know.
Like,
right?
can you clean up first before you come to?
That shit scared me, bro.
And it was the white Jesus
There's
that
a white
was
Jesus
on the
yeah,
cross.
with the thorns and blood and
Right.
everything.
Yeah, that is true. Like he said about the Martin Luther King thing.
Yeah.
If Martin Luther King is so sacred to us, and if we wanted to redo Martin Luther King and everybody just had the picture of where he just laying there dead with the bullets in him, or we do, you know what I mean?
That's mockery.
That's mockery when you
Yeah.
think about it. And that's the wrong place to mock him is in death. I think we do better at him doing everything with him at the supper or something.
Well, no symbols of God should be shown. Like no symbols of God. No.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
a good idea.
'cause-
Right.
Just like the Muslims don't
God is
depict them.
Right.
omnipotent.
Yeah, they're great beings. We can definitely build statues and stuff to them to worship, right? But to have it in your home and different things of that nature to push out, I don't think that's a
To push a
positive
look on him, and,
Right.
The beauty of what white society considers beautiful, and to have that person as the person
face of-
as
yes.
the face of it, you know,
I mean, just think
as the
about
face
it.
of the company, as
Right.
I say.
Just think about that dead motherfucker just in heaven going, these motherfuckers worshiping me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he not even Jesus.
He's not even Jesus.
Did
Yeah.
you just say that dead motherfucker?
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
that,
said
that, that
that.
picture, he's not saying Jesus.
That's
I don't.
Christian
I'm
of it.
gonna take up for him. It's
Yeah, I'm not saying Jesus. I'm just saying the dude that the face of the company.
He didn't say it, but I know what he meant.
Yeah,
The face,
we got you,
the
we
face
got
of the
The face of the company.
Face of the company.
Yeah,
Wow.
the face of the company.
Well, speaking of the face of the company, there is one reasoning that the Muslims, they had said the reason why they don't make the graven image of of their prophet or anybody else was because that psychologically, if they build like a monument or a picture or a statue, it's like first of all, yeah, it's great, but then later on they subconsciously begin to idolize that image.
I lost the statue.
Exactly.
More
There
than
you go.
And that's a
take it in
sin.
your heart
Exactly.
of the person
Thank you.
of the God, not person of God.
Yes, exactly. Go ahead.
But
You've
then,
answered it.
But then here go the thing too, and think about it. Does it matter? Yes, it does. Because
Matters very much
right.
so.
Because if, like what David said, if you make a statue or a picture of this particular person, imagine a little child growing up, and he just happens to look exactly like that picture. People coming to worship him, treating him all like this in favor, and this kid is the most ruthless motherfucker around. You know what I'm saying? And he goes straight to the top because of how he look.
So what if Jesus did come back today? What do y'all think would happen?
I
I
laugh.
think people wouldn't believe him.
A lot of
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
a lot of people are being shocked.
I
Well, I
laugh.
don't think
Yes.
people would be in shock. I think like it would be what Ego said.
Yeah.
I think if he displayed all these supernatural powers and
They're gonna
shit,
say tricks.
I think the military probably would try to take him down.
Yeah, they would. They'll fuck him up.
Yeah,
They would.
or try.
They couldn't.
Yeah, try
They
to
couldn't
fuck
mess him up. They couldn't mess
they
him
couldn't
up.
mess
Why
him
do
up.
y'all say that?
Because if he's already dead,
Man,
been
what
dead
are
and
you-
lived
we
and
talking
everything
about
like
God,
that, we're talking about
motherfucker.
God.
We ain't
Hold
talking
on,
about.
hold on,
We're not
hold
talking
on,
about God.
hold
We're
on,
talking
hold
about
on.
Jesus.
No, we
Say-
talking about God.
We talking
he
about
has
Jesus.
Godly powers.
Okay, you supposed to believe? Yeah.
He's the
He's a
representation.
Trinity. He's
They-
a Trinity.
The
Of course.
David Blaine have godly powers too.
David
in
Blaine
your
ain't got no
mind.
godly powers.
David,
David
in
Blaine-
your mind, David Blaine has
All right.
godly powers.
Man, if
The U.S. military would not fuck up God.
if Jesus is not God.
Tell him again, Ego.
It's the Trinity. It's the Holy Trinity.
You don't understand the. I don't think he understand the concept.
And
No.
here go the thing. So if Jesus came back, the thing, how would that be?
The Father,
Well,
Son,
what
and
it
the
was,
Spirit.
Jesus, God made Himself. Well, because I was researching it, I was saying we are weak, and God was all powerful, so He made Himself weak to be amongst us. What's funny?
Yeah, I'm
He
sorry.
made himself human.
Yeah,
To
weak.
walk among
He
us.
walked. He
Right.
walked as a
And that's
form of a
weak.
Weak
human.
like a human.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
that's because
that's what they say.
Wait,
but
why would you say that's bullshit?
no, because he has a right to say it's bullshit.
Right, I
If
have
he
a right.
doesn't
I have a
believe
right.
in, if he's an atheist or he's a Satanist or he's a whatever. I'm not saying you're a Satanist,
right,
but
right.
whatever he is,
Yeah, I
he's
think he is.
of something different than Christianity.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Grant
think,
Given.
I don't think they would
He
have
has his
no-
right. But
he does have
shouldn't
his
be
right.
disrespectful, but he has his right.
I'm not just being disrespectful. What I'm being is open-minded about things. And truth of the matter, if I'm almighty, all God, I'm just almighty. I am not going to make myself a fucking ant just so I can be
Well, that's
around
you
you.
because you don't understand.
No, I don't understand. I don't.
that's you
I
because
don't.
you
He
don't
wants you to be.
understand. Yeah.
He wants you to be led by faith.
And that's some
And
bullshit.
well, that's what it is. That's what he wants you to be led by.
I'm sorry, I can't rock
Well,
with that.
well, faith
He
is
trying hard.
Faith, no. But, well, for me, faith
Do you know
is
the definition of faith?
blind faith.
Blind.
You're
blind-
talking about devotion.
That mean because if you're getting ready to die, and you're believing that at least when I die, I know where I'm going. It might not be true where you're going, but you're giving blind faith that,
So, I
you're
mean-
going to heaven, or you're going to the place where the Muslims go and have these 100 virgins.
That's
you
just
know-
like believing that your wife who already cheated on you before You gonna have blind faith in this bitch to go have ladies' night out? Oh, we just going with the girls and my homeboys. You know, that's blind faith.
You gotta have faith.
Faith to faith. No way. Blind faith
Bullshit, like you said.
blind faith is some bullshit.
It's not bullshit when it comes to God, though.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta do a blind faith thing here, real quick, guys. I want to say I'm having blind faith that DMX will get over his overdose. He just had an overdose,
Yes.
and he has little brain activity. So I hope this man gets better.
I pray it gets better too. He has,
Prayers for the dog.
Right.
and you know, he did a lot of praying, and he used to do a lot of sermons when he would do his concerts and stuff like that. He'll take time out and he'll just start praying.
Right.
And, you know,
And then right after that, he'd be like,
Yeah.
bitch ass nigga, motherfucker, clapping your ass.
Yeah, every time I come around, I gotta get my dick sucked.
what a crack pipe!
Wow.
You know,
but
but-
really, heal up,
No,
though,
Yeah,
DMX.
Respect-
damn. So
respect to
we
the-
need you, bro.
Yeah, we love DMX.
But what Trim was saying about blind faith, look, man, I have my own stance. For you guys at home, I had to take my own stance with Christianity and different things of that nature. I don't like the harming of children. I don't like the idea of sitting down basically and bowing before me to say you're going to give me whatever, and that means you're a good person. Yeah, that's not bowing down. Are you fucking kidding me? When all
See, now you
no. When
Okay.
when all we've ever been raised to do
is bow down
is bow the fuck down.
Yeah.
And now that we are standing
to this
up,
image.
right, to this image, and now that we're standing up, we can actually see, the shit that's going on about us, and it was all lies.
Yeah.
That's why they want us to fucking bow down. So
Exactly.
I
Bow down so they can slap your ass in the back of
That's
the
why I
head.
say
with something.
it's time for change.
Back to work, nigga.
It's time for change
real.
now.
Right.
It should be more in the belief of the word instead of a system where you're believing that this big image is what we're supposed to be giving our energy instead
Exactly.
of the real God that we're supposed to be praying.
Exactly.
So if all of you
I agree
guys
with
want to
that.
follow me, I am the way. Just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? And
You are the way. You're the way.
Yeah,
We can start our own religion.
You're the
we
way.
start our own religion. You know what I'm saying? And you can email me at jjj-666 gmail.com. Hashtag no Jesus.
Don't do it.
But wait.
Jim Jones
We're
went
sitting,
that route.
we're
See
sitting
what
here
happened.
talking about the whitewashing of Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
And you have your Satan shirt on. Underneath.
Oh yeah, I do. I
He got
do.
his Satan shirt
There you go.
on.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blind faith.
Right. But what
He trying to start his own cult.
my own
Dark
cult.
corner. Jim Jones all over
Right.
again.
Wow.
Jim Jones.
But no, seriously though, it's
Jay Jones.
the whitewashing. I mean, isn't that just a way to basically, like you said, as simple as that, control us? Oh
yes.
and it is working out well. I mean, because like I said, I gave you the best way I could put it. We have to bow down here on earth. We can't treat this white man this way, or otherwise we're gonna go to hell. Okay, so now you die after a life servitude to white people. Working every day, buying them shit, or just they're making money off of us,
Yeah.
Right.
and then we die. And this white motherfucker telling me, okay, I don't see your name in the book of life. You fucked up. Get away. Go to hell.
And I
Fuck
like
that.
to say, that might sound that we're bashing certain people,
We're
but
not.
we're not.
No, we're not.
Anybody knows me, know I love everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Black, white,
And I,
red,
We love
religion.
everybody. I
and
love everybody
I love
too.
God.
All
I love
colors.
God.
black, white, red, yellow. Which God, Jay? Okay. So Christians, everybody. And I just wanted to say that disclaimer. We not
No, we're not.
advocating or promoting any religion,
Racism or anything
No.
like that.
We're not promoting hate.
Yeah,
No.
and Jay's views are not the views of the Urban Paranormal Podcast.
You
don't
know,
die.
For
Yeah.
comical
666.
purposes only.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we just having a discussion.
a
here.
discussion. And here's the
Yeah.
thing, and just to go on that, there's going to be a lot of times that your life not working out and you don't know what it is, right? So you go to the Bible, right, and you read these things, and it makes you feel better. You have a knowledge and an understanding based off those words in that Bible, right? That doesn't mean bad or good. I mean, well, it's a good thing because now you feel better. So you can always go to the Bible when you have life issues and look, because it's nothing but Bible, basic instructions before leaving earth. It's very simple. All right. So I'm saying people believe in other things. I do believe that in your life, if you go to that Bible, it can answer some of your questions.
That's going back to faith. You,
Right.
you
Well, I mean-
read a lot of people read the Bible because they, have faith,
Right.
and they believe, and it tells a story. So sometimes you can
It's
you can look
entertaining.
at a story and you can see to where you don't get messed up because you saw the way this person did things in the story, and you know this was to teach you to do it better, to
Right.
not do it that way, or to do it this way.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what the Bible is supposed to be
Right.
for. But like I said, it needs upgrading really because you have those slavery things.
Right.
And I said it's not perfect. Man wrote it. Men put that slavery stuff in there. And that was used, the slavery stuff was used to keep us in bonds and chains.
Okay, on that note, we're going to take you to a break, y'all.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Right. Well, hold on. Wait. One more thing. Hey, you guys, give us a tip, right? At
yeah.
Cash App, DSB Media. All right. And if you have a story to tell, want to be on a show, I mean, normally we go paranormal, and I guess in a sense
This
it's
is
kind of paranormal.
paranormal,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is kind of
Yes.
paranormal. You know,
Motherfucker walking on water and
no shit, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can,
Miracles.
Right. You can email us at Urban Paranormal Podcast 13.
It's Urban Paranormal 13
Oh, Urban
at
Paranormal.
Gmail. Not every. What the hell did you just say?
I just said Urban
Urban
Paranormal.
Paranormal at
Someone had a mouth
gmail.com.
full of oatmeal. It's Urban Paranormal. It's Urban Paranormal 13 at gmail.com.
There you go. So we out.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, welcome back, guys.
What up? What up?
Yeah, we're talking about the whitewashing of your Lord and Savior, the famous
Jesus.
Right. He makes more money than anything. You've seen how much them Bibles make?
Yep.
This dude makes a lot of money. So I even spoke.
Well, I
with-
think people make a lot of money in his name.
and
They do.
Okay, well, however you want to put it, but I've been trying to become a publicist for Satan and see how much money we can make.
Oh, you can make a lot of money.
I know, yeah. Nas X is
Notice
really
he
doing
said
good.
how much we can make.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So Nas X is doing good, but now seriously, people, the whitewashing of Jesus, that picture, in your living room, at your church, on the windows. Like, if you're black, have you questioned what the fuck? I mean, just at any point in time, have you questioned what the fuck?
Seriously,
I
yeah.
didn't
What
till
the
I
No,
got
heck?
you
grown.
don't question it.
Well, I hope you do after this.
Till-
well,
till
I do
later
after
in
this
life.
I do
podcast.
now.
Yeah, later in life, you start questioning because, like I say, if you read it, you read something about it, and then you like, hey, well, this, like I say, doesn't match.
Right.
But what if you do if you're Spanish?
Okay. Well, Latino, but thank you. Ultimately, the thing is that whenever I was a kid and they gave me like a white Jesus, and I noticed that all my family and members and friends, they look different. I was kind of questioning, okay, why are we praying to a white guy all of a sudden? And then I had to look through back on our Spanish, history books, and then later Latin American history books. And the Spaniards, they came on the 3 Gs: God, gold, and glory. So they
Right.
basically shoved God in our faces back to our ancestors. So they
Wow.
enslaved us. They said, "Oh, you're doing this for God. You're working for the Lord whatsoever." They had us
Okay.
work into the mines, die there, sometimes with no food whatsoever. Then
that cut.
they would strip, they would destroy the religion, our culture whatsoever, and then replace it with, okay, this is your Spanish culture. This is how you're going to behave. This is how you're going to act. You're going to have your Christian name. You're no longer going to have your Indian name like Quetzalcoatl or something. Then they would go in and say, okay, this is what you must pray and read. And yes, they would rewrite and then say it, to their control and power.
And then it wasn't only Jesus that was whitewashed. It was every character.
It was.
they was.
It
In
was.
the
They
Bible.
did it to the. They
From
did it to
Moses
Right.
to
But here,
yes.
Moses
everything-
really was
They did it to the
whitewashed.
Vietnamese, the Philippines.
Everybody.
They did it to everybody. The Portuguese did it to the Brazilians.
Right.
well, I meant the
Oh my
characters
God.
in the
Right,
Bible.
in the Bible.
Yeah,
But if you go to, I forgot which one it was, where Moses and Paul,
Oh yeah.
they were able to hide in Egypt.
Okay.
Yeah.
In order for them to be able to hide in
They
Egypt,
had to look like the
you
Egyptians.
had to look like the Egyptians.
And that's in
Yes.
Africa.
Yeah.
It's very weird because the thing you people at home got to remember. So you're a black little kid, right? And you died or whatnot. And you go to this white man who's sitting at this little throne here and you says, Jesus, I love you. I'm down. And this white man is holding a little white kid and says, look, Tyrone, I am not your God. Get away from me. I'll call the police on you.
So Jesus. Hey, look, what was the little white pastor? There was a little guy that died and went to hell, and he came.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
What? Yeah, it was a little. It was
It
a
was
little.
white kid actually.
And he was like a young pastor. He was maybe 9,
Well,
10.
yeah, he was a kid.
And he had a horrific accident, and he actually died and went to the other side. But they brought him back. When he came back, he said he went and he seen Jesus,
And he was pissed at his family.
and his families were racist.
Wow.
Yeah.
He told his dad, "I seen Jesus, and Jesus was a nigger."
Yep.
Oh boy.
For real?
This is a famous. You can look
Yeah.
this
Know
up.
the topic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He didn't say Jesus was black. He said, "Dad, Jesus was a nigger."
You motherfuckers lied to me.
Yeah, and
You
he
know
was
what I'm
so
saying?
beautiful. He
Yeah.
described how beautiful
Yeah.
he was. He seen all the angels and he seen God. I said Jesus. Well, he
He-
seen God,
yeah.
and God was a nigga.
Well, speaking of that, there was also some control over.
Jesus is my nigga.
Yes, Jesus is our homie.
Don't say it, David.
Yeah, please.
I don't want to. Out of respect.
Quiet on the set.
I know, right?
Don't say
Exactly.
it, David. Don't say it.
I will not say it.
Right, but that is a fact. What Trent said that there's a couple of you could see it. I want to say even Pat Robertson from the
700 Club.
700 Club.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
even talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said
What
the
did he
same
say?
thing?
What did he say?
Yeah.
He said the little boy
He was
died.
talking about the little boy.
Yeah, the little boy died, and he saw God as a black
Black
man.
person. But in his words, he said a nigga.
Yeah.
You know how people say
And
when-
not with the A. He put the ER on that.
I wonder
one.
how his parents felt when he told them.
Oh, they
probably
were
was
shocked and mad.
Yeah, they was pissed.
Yeah.
They was pissed about God being black. But,
Don't say that ever to no
But
one.
they was proud that he was
They was
that he
proud.
said nigga.
But you know, a lot of people get
Wow.
in that time when they get sick or die for a moment, and they said they go and they saw God. No one really tells you what they saw, what God looked like. This was with the kid saying he saw the black God.
Right.
That's
Well, here go the thing. You asked the question, and I mean, I guess Trent didn't. He is making a joke, but here go the thing about it.
Yeah.
The problem with the situation is, how did the parents feel? They were upset,
Yeah,
but they were happy that he came back to life. You know, and they had his son.
I can see
that
the aspect
they
of
they realized maybe we're doing the wrong shit,
Right.
and
They are.
and that's why they end up reaching out to the media, the different things of that nature, so their son could tell the story, because they realized, hey, we've been living some fucked up shit here.
Yeah.
People have lied to us.
Right. Right.
You know,
So
so
what
there
about
was-
this? What about this Mel Gibson motherfucker with the Passion of the
Passion
Christ?
Oh, that one?
He made this
Yes.
long. The movie was what, about 4 hours? and
4
shit?
hours of your Savior getting fucked up.
Yeah, and then you catch him being racist. And what did he say? He was like,
some Jewish stuff. He had Jewish stuff.
Yeah, he said some Jewish stuff, and then this one was the biggest one. I hope you get game raped by
Told his
some
wife
niggas.
that.
by niggers.
He told his
or
wife.
Yeah, big dick niggers or something
Yeah,
like that.
right.
At least he gave us props on
Yeah,
that.
he
right?
got some props on that.
Mel Gibson, we'll provide the big dicks for you, for your
Yeah.
wife.
Okay,
want
out of
that to
respect for that
And-
movie.
and I know you were mad, bro. I know you were mad. 'cause
Okay,
already know.
I need to say something. Out of respect for that movie, I know a lot of people did not easily accept it or whatsoever, but I will say in one aspect, he did got it close to accurate how Jesus Christ gets suffered into there. I do feel that it could be presented in a different way and a direction. That's all I'm
well,
gonna say.
Okay, well,
That's a matter of
people,
opinion.
Yeah, I know, because nobody was there to say if
Nobody,
it was
right.
accurate or
But
not.
but
You know
I'll,
what I'm
I'll go
saying?
back to the chain around the neck. You believe in everything you've read about Jesus and different things of that. You hold him at a high
Shit, he believe in the Santa Claus from the Coke commercial.
right.
I don't. I believe in the Saint Nicholas historically.
Okay, but
Okay.
here's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And you watch the Passion of Christ. You watch 4 hours of betrayal, torture. That is a mockery within itself. And I know it's called the Passion. His passion was to go through all of these things
To
but-
save humanity.
to
and
save
so
He
forth.
took
humanity.
that pain
For
for
our
us.
sins.
For us.
Right.
Yeah.
What
What
could he
people-
just say was boom, evil gone?
Well,
you know-
okay, because then that would contradict everything that was written in the Bible. But yes, I do understand that it is somewhat of a
Why
mockery
write that shit?
because he's selling that type of violence. I'm
Yes.
sorry, Mel Gibson.
That's what
I
it is.
know
It's
you're
a
a good
mockery.
director,
It's-
but
I
it's
mean-
not supposed to be directed that way.
But
to
he's a
kind of
racist,
Stigmatism.
But he
upon
made
us.
he made a lot of money.
Yeah, he's
He
a
did,
racist.
and that is sacrilege.
The root of
Fuck
all evil.
Mel
Exactly.
Gibson.
Yeah.
And this is another thing that I wanted to go over. In the Middle Ages, they
I
monetized
don't think he's a
over
racist.
everything that's Christian or anything that's related to God in the Middle Ages.
Well, what do you mean? Wait, stop there. How did they monetize?
Well, for instance, like the pilgrimages, when
Uh-huh.
all those little relics out of Christ or the hand of Peter or whatsoever, they had a bone of Peter, whatever. They would brainwash these people to go into those pilgrimages back in the Middle Ages. So they pay the money to go
Oh,
to
so
the
you
trip.
mean
and
as far as
everything.
like tithing and things
Exactly.
like that?
They would pay to go and see, okay, let me go pay the bishop. Can I go see it? Okay, for 20 shillings or for 20 pieces of gold, just to go see it and then pray. That's kind of awful.
That's the same thing goes in church.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They pass that tithe and
And the worst
bucket
part
around
about it all,
5-6 times.
yeah, and the worst part about it all is that yes, we did had all of our fair of share races where we were oppressed by the name of God, but also they also oppressed their lower white income people that were uneducated, and they made money off of them, saying, "Oh, would you like me to go ahead and pray for you for 10 pieces of gold or whatsoever?"
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's
I wish
fact.
I had 10 pieces of gold right now.
But here go the thing what's so funny is that you guys in the Baptist community, I know you saw this. So you're sitting in church, right? And this woman gets up and she starts saying that so-and-so sisterhood could not make it to church today, and one not. And because they had health issues, locked and shut in, or they just didn't have the transportation to do it, And then after that, she passes around a collection plate. Everybody puts their money in, and then church is over with, and you walk outside, and your pastor is driving off in a brand new fucking Cadillac.
Wow.
Now, why?
That goes on all the time.
With bows.
Right, with both. Now, why couldn't he go pick up some of those people? Simple.
Well, because he is paid through the church for what he does for the church.
For
He
spreading
monetized
God
the
is
image of God.
for
supposedly
spreading the word.
blessing him. Those are his blessings for teaching you the word.
Okay, well, I want to bring up something that might hold a little weight.
Let's see.
I want to talk about this tribe from Africa
Go ahead.
that we might be part of. We might not even know. There's no way for us to find out.
Is that West Africa?
Africa.
Go for it.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
there was this tribe called the Songhai people. They were great warriors. They killed any fucking thing that came around. They were great warriors in Africa. And the Europeans, whoever, they had a hard time getting the Songhai people. It was a big fucking battle anytime they tried to get the Songhai people. They were very proud people, strong people. And many of them, they had the ships on the way here. There were a bunch of mutinies fucking with the Songhai. It were many cases where they killed everybody on board, committed suicide, jumped over the boat.
Threw them off the boat.
Yeah, and the ones that did make it here, they were so proud. They were hard to break. The slaves, they were hard to break. The Songhai people. So what they had to do, they had to brainwash them with the Christianity to make their kids forget that they were connected to the Songhai people. Because what they say, hey, do not let these people know they are Songhai. Because if they find out they're Songhai people, the motherfuckers gonna rebel and kill all our ass.
Yeah.
So they squash that shit.
Well, that's the part about in the Bible forgiving. They want you to believe you have to
Turn the other
forgive,
cheek.
because they know they've done so much wrong.
Yeah.
And as time is going on, they are
being
becoming a
uncovered.
smaller population. The white people becoming a smaller population.
Wouldn't that be dope if we can do our DNA and find out we Songhai?
If
Yeah.
you could
That
do
would be
it.
fucking dope.
23andMe.
I probably-
Oh, for your test.
But
Yeah,
there's
it
no
won't
way.
work.
It won't work
It
like
won't work.
that.
Yeah.
That don't work
But-
like that.
All right, then what's the next one?
But with them,
There is no next one, David.
But with them
All
become
right.
the smaller population, now they
Yeah.
really want you to forgive them for what they've done in the past.
Exactly. Or they have
So-
a fear of
What we
having
gonna
to
do to
pay
them?
for what they done.
And we're
in
gonna
the
just turn
past.
on them and just treat them like bullshit, like shit.
Yeah.
And so they want us to forgive. And that's the whole thing in the beginning. They want you to know forgiveness. So whenever you did get free or you
Did
broke
educate
away
yourself.
or whatever, you're gonna turn to the chick and say, "Oh no, God wouldn't do that."
Right. Well,
But Jay would.
I would forgive.
No, you wouldn't.
What?
Jay don't forgive shit.
Yeah.
He don't
true.
forgive. Jay don't. Y'all don't believe that. Jay does not. Jesus forgives. Jay don't.
Yeah, that's a fact.
For real.
That's a fact.
Unless you his friend, he might forgive
Yeah.
you. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't
Yeah.
forgiving shit. I forgive.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. But and I get what you're saying.
I would
And-
forgive, but I would forget.
and that's why I'm terrified, truly, of the idea and concept of you taking down. You have your white Jesus, and we have our black Jesus, and that cause that divide because it will create a bunch of me's.
Yeah.
And a
I
bunch.
don't think so, Jay.
I'm telling you.
I don't think
I'm
so. I
fine-
think it will create power within some people. Or
Yes, some people it will create power within.
it will make
of
them
self.
feel better about themselves.
Yes,
you know what I'm
I
saying?
do get that, but I'm talking about there's other parts of that. There's other parts of
A
that.
lot of other parts.
Yeah, and people will.
I don't get it. I mean,
Man, people will get pissed off and
which
realize
people?
us, the Shanghai people, whatever the fuck they call Shanghai,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Them motherfuckers there, us, bro. USA, United States will just definitely be called us.
So you thinking that we would turn vengeful?
Yes.
I don't think so.
We're not vengeful people.
I don't
Bro.
think so. We're not
By
vengeful.
nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's
I
against
think
each other.
I think you're an anomaly, Jay.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. It's,
No, I'm not.
being vengeful.
No, I am not, bro.
I mean, especially if we want
there was
the world to keep going.
there
on
was there was right at 50,000 black people carrying guns walking down the street behind this bullshit already.
that wasn't being vengeful.
They
That was protecting
They
us.
were showing us that we're ready in case you're ready to come. This time we're
I
ready
don't
for
think
you.
that's being vengeful.
Okay.
We're not gonna go
All right.
down like
Throw
turn
a-
the other cheek. We're not gonna turn the other
Throw
cheek.
a rock at him and watch what happens. Throw a rock.
Good point.
I know, right?
Throw a rock.
I don't know. Somebody,
And see how that turned out for you
let a
guys.
car backfire or some
Yeah,
shit.
that's a wrap. So believe that I am not an anomaly.
It's
I'm
almost
trying
like
to tell you.
seeing Obama become president for the first time.
I cried when that
Yeah,
shit happened.
and but
Yeah,
it,
me
it,
too.
it gave
Man, I was
everybody
crying like a little baby.
the belief that how big you can become.
They let us know that we
and
are something.
We are somebody, and we are someone special,
Right.
and that's what that black Jesus Christ can do for other kids and people. It could just give them the power.
Well, I mean, that's
So I want to ask this, since he brought that. So how many of y'all cried when Barack Obama became president?
I cried.
Actually, really did.
I cried
I
like a
did.
motherfucker. I don't know why I was crying.
I-
Because it was
party.
an amazing
I don't
thing
know
to
why I was
happen.
crying. That shit
I
was
didn't-
coming from my soul.
Whether you
I
like
didn't
his
see no
politics or
saying?
not.
Yeah.
I didn't cry
Yeah.
baby tears, but I
Yeah, I-
cried for emotional reasons.
I threw a party. I
cried.
was cheering. Hooray!
cried.
Finally.
For real.
Hard.
I did too.
'Cause it was so
and I didn't
amazing.
even want to cry.
And there was people with me,
Me
in the
too.
room that were crying,
well,
Yeah.
you know,
but we cried of happiness.
I said I cried, but I didn't cry. I just want to be a part of something, but I didn't cry. I'll be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, when he became the president, I was like, y'all done fucked up now.
Oh boy.
This is the beginning.
You were so wrong.
This shit, I'm not wrong. It's y'all done fucked up. Now this is the beginning of the end of white people, buddy. Believe it.
Jay, come
Believe
on,
it. I'm just saying.
We're not gonna say the end of white people, but it's just the end of the way things were.
Yes.
Say something like that.
Okay,
bro.
this
I
okay,
second that, Ego.
Okay, let me say this.
It was
When
inspirational.
I say white people, there's a lot of white people we know. and
Well,
we're
let's go
friends.
somewhere else.
No,
Let's
hold on.
not- wait a minute.
Can we
Let's-
go
yeah.
somewhere else?
I'm
Yeah,
talking
let's go.
about with
wait,
that other
yeah,
I
mentality.
second on going
Yeah,
somewhere
let's
else.
go somewhere else. Yeah, let's go somewhere else.
Yeah, as I said,
Take
man,
the floor, David. Let's go somewhere else.
okay,
'cause
sure.
Jay
Yeah.
about to get us-
Well, remember, we are the urban paranormal, not
know, right?
the politics paranormal.
Right.
So
Exactly.
let's just go ahead and ask ourselves, okay, in terms of the written scriptures that we are just given, and they keep on revamping it and getting it more accurate. Does any of us actually, feel that, throughout history, the more that we uncover interracial relationships, the more we're trying to go into universal truth by rewriting our international Bibles? Just
Well-
any opinions or theories?
Well, I don't.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Wow.
And here's
I mean, I don't have a problem with interracial relationships.
Relationships.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand what you said about the Bible. What the
But
fuck?
this is-
Well, they have like the American version of the Bible. They have the
have
international one.
many versions
They have
of
they
the
have,
Bible.
like,
7
and
different
they-
versions of
Exactly.
King James.
Yeah.
They,
Exactly.
they have a Bible that interprets what these things mean.
Right.
can-
But they have like a slight
I-
conception.
Right. Can I so there's a Bible, right? And it's called what's the name? You said the name you right just a second ago when you was talking. That there's a Bible that is like a new modern day version.
Yes.
Right. And it's a name for it, and it's written in our language, our English. There is no thou out far and the Father, nothing. There's none of that shit in there. All right. And that's what he's saying. With us today, and we're mixing with these group of people, that now everything is kind of being rewritten with it itself.
I understand that.
Right. But the name, what is it? You just said the name of that Bible is
The international
that's it.
version.
That's it. That's it. It's an international something, but it's today, and
What about it?
it's even written in slang and everything.
Okay, so what about it?
Well, the thing is that it's changing the way the old Bible, right?
Well, the old Bible's been changed several times.
Yeah,
It's been
I know.
rewritten.
Yes,
It has.
King
I
James
know.
came and
That's a
said,
bad
"Hey,
thing to do.
It's
With
gonna
your
change
this out.
when we
But
go.
no, it's not bad.
It is bad.
Why is that bad?
Because
you're
you're-
taking away old
'Cause you
brainwashing.
water it now.
You take away old brainwashing.
Let me tell you why. You
and
asked
make
me
it new
why,
one.
right?
Okay.
You asked me
I
why.
wanna hear this.
Let me tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing is you're taking the word that the way it's written,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for you to perceive the way
Exactly.
it's supposed to go. I
Exactly.
don't need nobody else telling me this is the way it
interpreting
is.
for you.
And that's what preachers do. Preachers interpret the Bible the way they want to interpret it for you.
For you, yeah.
And so it's best for you to read the Bible yourself,
Yourself.
and interpret yourself because you have your own relationship with God.
Yeah, and
That's
then
why it's bad.
That's like
I don't know.
all might read something, and it might mean a different thing to each one of
Right.
us.
Yeah.
Right.
You know
okay.
what I'm saying? So,
I mean, I would like to read something that says very clear, be nice.
that's okay.
Very clear, be
Well,
nice.
that's what the
Okay.
Bible says.
No, it doesn't. So you said that's what the Bible says. I definitely does not. That the Bible does not say that.
Okay,
and,
it
multiple
doesn't.
people.
It does.
And most people, I would like to read a Bible that when I walk away, it doesn't say kill 4 people. In my mind, it tells me
Kill
to kill
4 people.
I'm just saying in
Deuteronomy.
my mind, it doesn't tell me that. I want something very clear today to today's version of all people, all races, no color.
Right.
Just something
Well,
very simple.
I think God would have to come back for that to happen, Jay.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, how are you gonna rewrite something if these are supposed to be facts? How are you gonna rewrite
But they're
them?
not facts. I mean,
So
they're-
why do you
it's-
want it?
Well, just to give people a better handle on life, where it brings everyone together.
You know what I think we should do?
What?
Me and you should write a fucking Bible.
Now that we can do.
What would we call it?
The Chronicles of
The Chronicles of.
them.
Okay, I'm with that.
I
Chronicles
thought
of
the
them.
urban chapter.
No,
No,
like that.
see,
It don't
that's
sound
no.
spooky enough. That don't sound spooky enough. I want my
Well-
shit to be a little spooky.
Yeah.
Well, here's some evidence. Obviously, historically.
And I'll be God, and you'll be like my son.
That's
okay,
fine.
of course,
That's
and
fine.
then I'll be the Holy Ghost or something.
Well,
Who
I
knows?
could be anti-God.
Okay,
Nah.
cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but here's a little slight history, and I know everyone knows this for sure. I mean, Jesus Christ, when he told the story about a Samaritan helping the non-Samaritan, helping a foreigner when the guy was beaten down or whatever, that was actually in the Bible the first time where, we love people who are different from us or whatsoever, and that was just a big sign, to just tell us, hey, if Jesus, tells us to love people that are different, that's also kind of hinting, we should have compassion for people, out of different backgrounds and different races overall.
So, well, let me ask you
So-
this here. When it says that, so are you okay with the fact that Jesus has turned so white over the years, or you?
That was man. That was man.
But that was man. But are you okay with that depiction of Jesus being turned white all over these years?
I did previously stated that the Europeans, the Vatican, and the Italians, they have
I know what
made
happened.
that
Are
image
you
to
okay with it?
monetize that, and I feel that it is wrong. So yes, this does
Okay.
answer your question. I don't feel that it is right to gentrify this image.
Okay,
to
well,
monetize.
let me ask y'all this. What do y'all think the world needs?
Love.
Me?
Love. Sweet love.
Exactly.
What the world needs.
That's what it
now
needs.
Oh,
The world need a little
is
truth.
Love.
Yes.
And truth.
Love and
Sweet
truth.
love. What you
Love and
say?
truth. Love.
Because everything ain't meant to be loved.
I know, right?
Right.
The world needs
know,
the
It would
love.
move a lot
Yes.
better if
Sweet
people loved a little bit
Love
more.
right now.
This was
Right.
for you, Mom.
Well, here go the thing. The whitewashing of Jesus is a big deal. If that particular image of Jesus speaks to your soul and you feel good with it, it's okay. We're just wondering, how did it get to that point, and what effects that does it have on the youth or us or the people remaining that's watching it that it doesn't speak to their soul fully to us.
Well, you know that show Black Jesus.
Yeah,
Black Jesus, I like
yeah.
that
was
show.
awesome.
Yeah, I
Charlotte
know.
Murphy.
You know, there's a group called the American Family Association that's boycotting that show.
What?
Oh, for so long.
Yeah, I know they're actually boycotting that show right
I ain't
now.
know that for long.
But
Yeah,
tell me
it is.
why, please. I need to know why. Why?
Because Jesus is black.
Yeah, they're
Jesus,
saying Black
come on.
Jesus.
They got
Black
offended
Jesus.
quick.
Honestly, when I saw a picture of Black Jesus, I wasn't offended at all. I thought it was
Have
cool.
you ever seen it, Jay?
Yes.
Okay, you know he's on there smoking weed.
Yeah, I know.
and
Yeah,
everything.
he chilling.
Yeah,
Shooting
yeah.
dice.
Dude, yeah.
I actually like that.
I liked it too.
real.
I
mean-
want to say it came on Comedy Central, but it was on something. I forgot.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is off topic, but in the Catholic culture with the Hispanics, especially in Mexico and all across Latin America, we already know that the Virgin Mary is Arab, Jew, according to the descriptions on the Bible. But according to the Virgin Mary of Guadalupe, the Virgin Mary comes over to Juan Diego, as an Indian form whatsoever. He sees her as a, now a deity. He sees her as a deity figure. But the concept of based on this, alternate story is that, they're the people that are in heaven, they're trying to reach out to them to, communicate and connect to them. Now, is this permissible to say that, okay, let's go ahead and make a graven image to trust people even more? It's just like, no, it's more of the spiritual concept to get them to communicate and to get them to do the right thing.
Okay, well, let me ask y'all this: how would y'all think? How different do y'all think the world would be if that classic depiction of Jesus was a black man
Totally different.
from the
very
beginning?
different.
Totally
It would
different.
be different.
From the beginning, how do y'all think it would change?
Totally different because it would put people of color in more of a power.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have been slavery.
Okay,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I agree. Totally agree.
I think there would be more love and compassion towards the people of differences, and there would be a need for more education instead of bigotry.
Exactly.
I gotta say this though, because every time we speak to David, this is the funniest shit, man.
He got like 10 extra words in there.
well, that's true. But
I'm just speaking from the heart and the
He's
truth.
passionate.
Okay,
David
that's
is
it.
passionate. David is
I don't
passionate.
want any
No.
misinformation or anybody, just trying to say, well, if David says so, let me go ahead and, gentrify and then say this misinformation because I feel justified oppressing other people.
No.
So speaks David.
Here you go. David says, in the Latin community, culture, and everything. See, we already knew. So he always speaks for the Latin people. He is the representation of the Latin people.
That's right.
Of course.
I'm just trying
But
to
wait
be
a minute,
equal.
wait a
No.
minute.
So
He's the
now,
one
Jay,
Diego.
last week he was Greek because he was drinking urine and mushrooms.
Wait.
Urine
Hold on.
and pot.
He was Greek last
Urine
week.
and pot.
right.
What's he
I
drinking?
know, right?
Greek? How was I Greek?
So Roman. No, you was
Marijuana with piss.
No, what was it?
No. Okay. Let
It
me.
was the urine and mushrooms.
yeah, urine and
No.
mushrooms.
Let me clarify. Last episode, I was describing what was the Berserker's stim pack formula that they used back in the medieval ages.
I know, and you said you would do it for Asgard or some shit.
No, I would do it for science. Trent, I would do it for
Oh,
science.
okay, cool.
So,
Now, if you want me to go all Viking, we can make a Viking episode and how it goes all with
So
the
now,
dragons.
so now he's Viking. So now he's Viking.
I know.
I'm just saying.
He's
that
the first Mexican Viking we met.
Mexican, Viking, Greek.
Well, what kind of name would a Mexican Viking have?
I don't know. Jesus.
The
I don't
eagle,
know.
the eagle warrior. The eagle warrior. That would be the
Okay.
closest thing.
Jose the Eagle.
Jose the eagle warrior.
I just know right now that I'm going to
And
become
I'll
a
be
representative.
Leroy.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
become a representation of the people speaking from the dark side. I'm going to be the one that's going to speak. Hey, me and my people, we decided from the dark side of the culture. We don't believe this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dark and mean complexion.
Make
Wow.
Because I don't know. Throughout the whole situation, we've been kind of worried about the color, how it's moving on, and he just bust out and opened with a serious fuck you with this. In the Latin community, we've always known, but we haven't. But we haven't always known
Always known
Jay,
what?
Jay.
that they were that their color of that deity
Okay.
Yeah,
They've
but the
always-
thing is that I'm just reaching out to the people who are not informed, just
course.
just to
Oh,
cover
no,
our butts.
No. I get it. I'm just saying that from now on, I am going to reach out to the people on the dark side. When I speak, that is that's who I am.
Oh,
going
very
to-
clever.
You need to get off that north side.
I'm just saying, yeah, I'm speaking to those people. I'm speaking for those people.
Follow me as I am your dark lords guiding thou
So-
in this prophecy.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, here's the thing, and serious business now. We're just kidding around. The whitewashing of Jesus, that could be psychologically abusive.
It can.
to a
Physically.
certain group. Yeah. Physically.
Boondocks made fun of that
Yeah.
with the white Jesus skit.
We spoke about the Christian Crusades. That shit was physical.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm just talking about. I was actually speaking about the effect now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. It's abusing psychologically. And thanks. For Obama and different people is showing us that we can reach for the stars.
Yes.
So
Kamala Harris.
yes.
Colin Powell.
I mean, we don't have to name all these black people. I'm just stating that.
Name some Hispanic people too, David.
Yes, Cesar Chavez.
Right.
Ted Cruz.
no.
Okay.
Fuck outta
Besides
here.
the fact that he was just trying to sell himself out, I still want to see him kind of undo his whatever
Okay,
it is.
Look, all I'm saying is this here, that everyone, that takes a look at this white Jesus, if that's what makes you okay and it speaks to your soul, it is okay.
Oh, yeah.
We were just talking about how it changed and how detrimental it could be in our community, or is it detrimental psychologically to us? That's what we talked about tonight, and we just had fun with it the best way we possibly could. But this was a serious topic, and I want to say Happy Easter to you guys, and have a good time.
Happy Easter.
Right. Go, y'all, take your kids, and y'all go chase that fucking rabbit that fucking lays,
That lays eggs.
and let your kids be happy. Okay?
Bienvenidos a todos.
Happy
Right.
Ishtar.
Happy Easter, So from myself, JH,
And I'm your moderator, Trent A. Johnson.
we want to say good night, enjoy yourself, and we love you.
Just in Time Tax Houston is here to provide our clients with quality, fast tax services. Our tax specialists are available 7 days a week. Due to COVID-19, we will be providing our clients the opportunity to do virtual video meetings. Not only does Just in Time Tax Houston provides quality tax services, we also give our clients the opportunity to restore their credit through our new credit resolution program. Other services include new business, DBA assisting, notary services, back taxes, and amended tax returns. We understand that our clients are going through challenging times with the stimulus check, EIP payment, and unemployment. Just relax and let Just in Time Tax help you.